Roseville, Tennessee, Democrats line.
Hello. My name is Charles. I'm a first-time caller and moderator of Strikingconversations.com. I was really struck by something that you said, so I really got a twofold question. Number one, you were elaborating on Paulson's plan as it differs from what even Warren Buffett was able to do, and you were stating that he would probably have gotten a better deal in his previous job than he's getting for the American public. So I'd like for you to elaborate on that. And also, do you think those entities believe that they can do a better job of putting this together because we as the just general public don't have enough knowledge or understanding about these matters to even be effectual to make a real change?
Well, for a long time, those in the financial markets tried to sell themselves as the font of wisdom, that we know how the economy operates, turn to us. Well, what's been very clear over the last few years is that these so-called experts in Wall Street don't understand risk. They don't know how to manage risk. They were supposed to be allocating capital well. They misallocated capital. So I think we should be not quite so confident in their competence. Part of the problem, though, is even if they were competent in getting good deals for their bank, for their clients, that's a very different issue than running the entire economy. You know, what's good for America is not necessarily what's good for Wall Street. A number of years ago, the president of GM said, what's good for GM is good for the country. He was wrong, but the two are obviously important. The same thing, maximizing the well-being of Wall Street is not equivalent to maximizing the well-being of America. And I think one of the problems is having somebody who is so narrowly so narrowly focused on Wall Street, trying to fix the whole economy, the problems of the whole economy, is a mistake. Now, on the other question, you look at the terms that Warren Buffett got when he was negotiating a voluntary agreement with Goldman Sachs, which is arguably the best capitalized of the banks. He was obviously negotiating, trying to make sure that he got a fair return, a good return for his money. And you look at those terms, and you look at the terms that Paulson got for the American taxpayer, and there's no comparison. We got cheated. When I look at those two, I can only say we got cheated. I had hoped that because Goldman Sachs was the best capitalized of the banks, that we would get a better set of terms, because lending money to the other banks is riskier, and that means the return that we get on a preferred share should be higher. The upside potential that we get in the warrants or convertible preferred shares ought to be better, but that's not what happened. We got worse terms, much worse terms than Warren Buffett got, and so that is very disturbing.
Professor, yesterday in your meetings in Washington with House Democrats about a second stimulus package, what was the figure bandied about as far as how much a second stimulus package would cost, and how would we pay for it?
Well, the first thing I want to emphasize is we shouldn't think of this really as a stimulus. I think we ought to think about it as a recovery package, and part of thinking about that is to realize that if we don't do this, the economy is going to go south. As I mentioned, if we don't help the states and localities, we know what's going to happen. They're going to cut back their expenditures, and that's going to be lead to a contraction of our economy. If we don't help the people who are losing unemployment benefits, they're going to have to cut back their consumption, and that's going to again hurt our economy. So some of this is just keeping us where we are. Of course, going beyond that, we need to spend more than that. Now, the